Hi guys, so this is another strategy video. This is talking about SWOT analysis and the grand strategies. Talked about it this week in class. Basically, the grand strategies is the overall direction that a company is going to go. Are they going to get bigger? Are they going to stay the same? Or are they going to get smaller? Okay, if they're going to get bigger, you have two ways you can go about it. You have internal growth, okay, expansion, building new factories, making more product lines, or diversification, okay. Here, you go out and you buy another company, and each of them have their own advantage. Okay, sometimes you go outside, buy another company, you get their customers, their suppliers, their reputation, and all the good and bad that comes along with that. Okay, the stability strategy. These are companies and industries that are pretty much saturated. Okay, there's too many people already there, too many companies, so they're basically holding their own market share. You're looking at stuff like banking in a lot of places here, banking here in Portugal. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, they're not winning much market, it's pretty much even. Then you have what you call, well, that would be in their cola divisions. Then you'd have the retrenchment strategies, okay, they're getting smaller. Okay, this is what's going to be happening now. You have basically three modes. There's liquidation, when they sell everything off for cash, from the computers, the chairs, all those kind of things to get some kind of money. The company goes out of business. Everything must go, all right? Then you have what's called divestiture, where you sell off parts of your company. Okay, this would be if you're, say you're Coca-Cola, and you decide, hey, you know what, we don't want Fanta anymore, we sell Fanta to Pepsi, because we don't want it. Okay, that's divesting. You sell a part of the company to make some money so you can focus on your core businesses. All right. Then you have, well, downsizing, where they fire people, where they close plants, and there you're not getting any money back. Okay, so those are three grand strategies overall. And each level of a business has different kind of strategies. There's corporate level strategies, okay, with what industry we're in, growth, stability, or getting smaller. That's what the CEOs, the presidents, the senior vice presidents do. Then you have business level strategies. Those are the Portugal guys, the Germany guys, stuff like that, for Coca-Cola. And they decide, how do we compete? Then you have functional level strategies. That's the people in their own little stores. Well, how do they get to sell more Coca-Cola or whatever? Then we have what's called a situational analysis, a SWOT analysis. That's the biggest thing we talked about that day. And a situational analysis, basically, you take a snapshot of a company, okay, on one day or 1 month or whatever, and say, okay, we look at inside the company and outside the company. Inside, we look at the strengths and weaknesses of the company. All right, strengths. What do they do well? Okay, what are the things that make people buy their products? And you don't just look at it from a customer's perspective. You look at it from a customer's perspective, a supplier's perspective. Hell, you look at it from a competitor's perspective. Okay, any of those to come up with different strengths. All right, and then when you come up with these strengths, the thing about strategy is you don't just list strengths. You figure out, how can we make these stronger? Okay, weaknesses. You look inside the company, you say, what do we do poorly? And you go from the customer's perspective, the worker's perspective, the suppliers, all this. You do the same thing. What do we do poorly and how can we improve it? That's inside the company. Now if we look outside, we look at external things, you have opportunities and threats. Opportunities out there are opportunities out there that are waiting for us to take. For McDonald's, maybe we see there's a lot of people wanting to have healthier foods. Maybe we start developing a healthier menu. Not just salads, but we have non-fried burgers or something like that. Okay? The threats are things that are outside of our control. What can we do? Okay, if you think of, McDonald's, they get a lot of problems because they say, everyone says, oh, you're making our kids fat. No. It's not their fault that people can't stop their kids from eating McDonald's. It's tasty and delicious. Why wouldn't you want to eat it? The thing is, they have to think about, what can we do to fight off this threat of people suing us because their kids are fat, or people thinking that, McDonald's is horrible for you. Okay, what do we do to fight that off? Okay, so you need to have strategies available and already implemented to fight off those threats or potential threats. What if we do have a new entrant in the market? What are we going to do? Okay, so you take all those together, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and you make new strategies. You figure out ways to improve your company and keep moving forward. Okay, so there's your SWOT analysis and the grand strategies overview. I'll be back with another one shortly.